Hey, me, Callie Carroll. Good morning, sunshine.
Morning, sunshine. Good morning, sunshine.
So, good morning, sunshine's daily dose of perspective.
Good morning, sweet baby sunshines. Good morning, sunshines. Let's get started.
We were talking about being puzzle crunk recently, and I want to just continue upon this. So, good morning, sunshine's daily dose of perspective. We're going to dive into puzzling one more time, maybe more than one more time, but today just one more time. So, I mentioned how I did this 3,000 piece puzzle back in like 2014, I think. I had just hit a major level in my business plan. I'd been working 18-hour days, and I wanted just like a relaxation. I wanted this release. So, it ends up taking us a long damn time, way too long, to this puzzle. I don't know if it was a year, 2 years, 3 years. I'm not really sure, because we would just do, like maybe a half an hour, a few nights a week, and we would sit around and we would laugh and we'd have all these enjoyable experiences around the puzzle. And it was awesome. It was awesome. So we're getting close to the end of the puzzle. We're years in by this time, right? We spent a lot of time, invested a lot of moments in doing this puzzle. And it was in this big dining room in my old house. My old house was much bigger. So I had an actual like corner room where I had this a big dining room where I could put this puzzle that could be there for 3 years, because that's pretty obtrusive, And I didn't have a puzzle board yet, let alone it would be like too big anyways. Anyhow, so it's also got underneath the dining room table this big ass carpet with like fur like this long, like like one of the ginormous carpets with this ridiculous fur that you never clean, which is pretty gross. Anyways, and we're getting close to the end of the puzzle. We're like, okay, this is gonna be a big moment, a big night, and we put in the fourth to last piece. There are no additional pieces left, you guys. We are missing, after years of creating this wonderful masterpiece, we are 3 pieces short to finishing our puzzle, to completing our puzzle. The ideal picture that we had in our head is just, it's cut short because we're missing some key items that we thought would be there, and they're not there. First, let's just talk about that in our lives and some perspective, and how our lives, we're creating this masterpiece. You're in charge of the masterpiece. You're the one that's holding the pen, holding the paintbrush, holding whatever you want to call it, the origami paper, to create this masterpiece that is your life, and to cope with and handle the adversities that you're given, and also persevere and build towards something that you love by the way you talk to yourself, by the way you show up, by the way you choose happy or you choose frustration, or you choose to see positivity or negativity. You're the one creating your masterpiece. And there are times where extenuating circumstances change the pieces within your life, and you don't really have control of it. I mean, I guess we probably did have more control over those 3 pieces, because over the 2 years we could have been a little bit more careful. But I don't know who, when, how, what, right? It's just the case was the 3 pieces were gone. And I knew at that point there was nothing we could do about it. Of course, we did everything that we could. We searched everywhere. We shook out the big, nasty rug. We looked in all the different furniture. We looked all throughout the house. So we did what we could until we couldn't do anymore. And then we accepted that the 3 pieces were gone. And we moved on. And I know you're like, yeah, that's a puzzle. I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about people who are missing, jobs who are gone, marriages who are lost. I'm talking about some major different things. My son's health, his perfect bill of health that he was given when he was born, is now a bill of health of incurable cancer and incurable disease from a what's that called? A tumor in his pituitary. I forgot that word. That's fine. And that is what I'm working with now. That's what you're working with now. And there's only so much that you can do. And sometimes we just have to admit that puzzle pieces go missing. And we can still create a beautiful masterpiece with the hand that we're dealt, if we choose to. So here's where the story gets really good and interesting, right? We had been waiting for the bank to come acquire our house, aka take our house on account of the multiple bankruptcies after 2008, 2009. We were in real estate mortgages, blah, blah, blah. Couldn't short sell our home. Anyways, we had been waiting for the bank to come take our home. I had just had my concussion, like I don't even know how long before it, but my head was pretty messed up, pretty effed up. Whatever, let's not go into that. And the bank comes and they're like, okay, you got to move out. like you guys are done. You need to be out. And I don't know how long it was, 2 weeks, so whatever. So we need to move out of our house. And we're trying to figure out where to go because now our credit's absolutely horrible after bankruptcies and the different things. And we can't rent because of the same thing. So we end up at my mom's house. Ha, yeah. Right? Late 30s, you're back at your mommy's house. And with like a brain injury, you barely can function. No big deal. Not the point of the story either. So after some time, like we're at mom's house, and we're starting to get used to the new situation. We're making the best of it. We create some really cool freaking living situations upon this, and we're downstairs at our dining room, I think like playing a game or something. I don't know, we're like playing some sort of board games, and I look down on the floor in my house that is 5 miles from my previous home. We're now multiple years after doing the puzzle, after moving out. I had the puzzle framed, like literally I'm that dorky, you guys. Like where I put the stuff on top of the puzzle to make it glue, I like framed it, and it's on the wall directly above where we're sitting at this table as my masterpiece, even though it's missing 3 pieces. I acknowledge it as the masterpiece it is, even though it's missing some key pieces. And we look down on the floor, and lo and behold, I'm like, is that a puzzle piece? Yeah, it's a puzzle piece. And we go down and we pick it up. I'm like, that's really weird. Like, we haven't even done a puzzle in this home, but that's cool. And then I look at the shape and the color. I'm like, that's oddly familiar. And I lift it up to one of the 3 spots that are missing in my puzzle, and the freaking piece goes right in. This puzzle piece, this missing piece of our lives that we thought was forever gone, forever broken, if we're doing our analogy right here, it somehow follows us 5 miles away in an entire move and presents itself while sitting beneath the puzzle from which it was missing on the floor of a different space. It was the freaking wildest thing ever, you guys. And to me, the symbolism of that is the opportunity for miracles, that you might not think that this missing piece will ever be found in your life again, but miracles happen, and like crazy ass stuff happens. And this is why I pray each and every day for my son's incurable cancer and rare disease to go away. And has it happened before? No, it hasn't. But could it? I do think so, because I believe in miracles. So 2 different takeaways. Your life goes on even without a couple of the pieces. There's missing pieces that might seem like they're so important, but with a little perspective shift, you see that you can still create a masterpiece, even though those things are no longer. Doesn't mean you have to be, you could be more than that, but you do get to create a beautiful masterpiece. And the second takeaway is that miracles do happen. That's all I have. Good morning, sunshines. Daily dose of perspective with Kelly Carroll. Go get Ccrunk. Okay, bye.
Thanks for joining, and don't forget to subscribe and, of course, share with your friends. Guys, that's how we impact more lives. All right, see you next time.